And we're back, and here is Snapdragon in his dragon mode, or, you know, as close as you get to a dragon mode. Looking a lot more like a T-Rex kind of thing, in my opinion. Get on to a very, very good point about this figure. Excuse me. Again, if you remember my Ape Face review, you remember that I said his gun and his shieldy thing don't really have a place anywhere on him when he's in a specific mode. Snapdragon is completely contrasting this. His guns fit perfectly in the top of this mode and look really good. So you know, this makes Snapdragon a lot better in my opinion than you know, Ape Face, because you don't have these bits of crap just lying around somewhere waiting to get lost, which is, you know, if you have Transformers and you have lots of bits of missiles and things, it's easy to lose bits. And, you know, for a triple changer, you know, I suppose this is his weakest mode, but I really like it personally. Because, you know, like, in my opinion, it's sort of like a Grimlock, you know, with the teeny little arms and the quite large chunky legs and the huge tail and the cool dino head. So, you know, it kind of reminds me of good old Grimlock. Movement in this mode, you know, you don't get a lot, obviously. The legs can't really move forward because of where these arms are. The arms move quite nicely, you know, just on a joint like that. And his mouth moves quite nicely, so he can roar. Well, half of his mouth can roar if you like, and the other half can stay closed. So roar! And he can move his neck as well, but it can only move even further up because he's got this kind of look about him where he's just looking up constantly. I suppose it might be a way of positioning his legs so he's more like that, but if he's like that he doesn't look quite as good. I don't know why, it's probably just angles or something, you know. What is nice is most of the headmasters have a little flippy bit to cover the main face. Snapdragon doesn't. I'll just pull off Crunk and put him down. You notice that that's obviously Snapdragon's face there, and this is his mouthpiece. That would be the bit you flip up. You flip it up to there and it doesn't go all the way. The reason is, when you have it in that mode, I'm guessing this is meant to be kind of like a dinosaur head fin or something like that, some kind of... But it kind of completes the figure instead of it just... I mean, that is acceptable, you know, I've got nothing wrong with that, but doing that just gives it a little bit extra something, I think, which is good. Can't complain. So yeah, I'm gonna again show you the detailed pictures and things of him, and we'll move on to his final mode, the all-important robot mode. So, you know, until then. And here we have Snapdragon in his dragon, or as I like to say, T-Rex mode. Try and show as much detail as I can. And his little mouth there. This is what I was talking about. As you can see, it works a lot better with that little bit sticking up. Give the camera a little wave there. Hello. Guns on top work. Have a look from him underneath, I suppose. Quite nice detail on him. All works very nicely together. Obviously screws show, but nothing can be helped. Looking at it from this side, a lot better. Very good dragon mode. Really enjoy it. Right, and here is Snapdragon in his final robot mode, and it is really, really nice. It's a lot better than Ape Faces, I think. It's a lot more robot shaped. You know, it's a lot more a proper body. Ape Face was very, very wide, and then he had this tiny little waist inside of him. I suppose you could say that for Snapdragon, but because it's black, it's less noticeable. So, you know, you can forgive. And because his arms, he just, in my opinion, looks a lot more like a robot, kind of styled and shaped. If you turn him to the side, obviously he's got this giant kibble bit, but excuse me, you get that with any kind of headmaster you get. well, no, apart from probably Fortress Maximus, all of them have a lot of kibble like around the back. But he does have an impressive amount of movement. His arms twist all the way around. They bend at the elbow, but the joints at the elbow are incredibly stiff, so I'm not going to do that. His legs bend at the hip, but they like to bend at the knee first because the joints are stiff. They also have 2 points that they bend at the knee there, and there. And also the feet bend as well, so you can get some average poses. Well, you know, for a Generation 1 character you can get extremely good poses from this guy. And of course, if you look, there is his stats, and he's ridiculously strong. He's ridiculously fast and ridiculously intelligent compared to Apeface. So, you know, he's got a lot of good stuff about him. I got mine with a box for about £40, I think, which was very good because I'm going to show you the box in the background with Snapdragon. Very, very nice figure. Easily, in my opinion, better than Apeface. Easily. And since I only have Apeface, Snapdragon, Mindwipe and Scorponok, I'm going to have to say, you know, excluding Scorponok, this is my favourite so far. He's just such a nice looking robot. All of his bits have a purpose. His headmaster is not my favourite, but it is very nice and it does suit the figure very well. I'd recommend getting him. I really love him. He's class. So I'm going to show you some robot mode footage, and then that should be it. Tell me what you've thought of me doing it this way, and thank you for watching my review, and I guess I'll see you guys later. And here is Snapdragon in robot mode. Here we'll have a quick look at the detail. As you can see, I've got him in a fairly nice little pose there. This is obviously because of the joints I've just pointed out to you in the last part of the video. But if we have a look at him, we'll get a close-up of his face. Excuse me a moment. Put your arm down. You can see he's got a lot of detail just all over his face. The stickers are very nice as well and complement him completely. This is kind of like if you like a 3D camera view of him. You get to see all of him in all of his glory and every little piece of him, which I hope is a nice little feature my videos will include from now on, depending if everyone likes it. Obviously here's his little dinosaur arm, and you get a close-up of his tech stats. As you can see, very nice robot mode, very good figure all in all. So thank you and enjoy the video. So says Snapdragon.